Okay, as they say in Australia and other parts down under, let's have a look at this 2014 Beetle R-Line. That's what they're calling the Turbo Beetle now. So slight shake-up in the nomenclature. To me, the really interesting thing about the evolution of this car is that originally the old Beetle went from being a no-frills but very economical way to get from A to B. That was not pretentious, that certainly wasn't sexy, certainly wasn't macho and aggressive, all the way up to this current car, which is the latest generation. You'll notice that the styling now, it seems to have a much more chopped looking roof, a much more aggressive looking stance, and in my opinion, this car is more the worthy inheritor of the legacy of the old Porsche 356 Speedster than it is of the original air-cooled, horizontally opposed, rear-engined old Beetle of yore, like the one that I drove back in college. This car has, of course, the engine up front, not in back, and it's water-cooled, and it's turbocharged and direct-injected. Very quick, powerful car. Very nice handling car. See the nice brakes on this thing with the powder-coated calipers, which are kind of obscured there by the wheel, but 18-inch wheels with Conti Sport Contact 45 series performance tires. Very un-Beetle in a lot of ways, and that's absolutely no slam of this car at all. I just think it's kind of grown away from the legacy of the old car and has more in common with the old Porsches, and that's how I look at it, and that's how I think people really ought to look at it, as opposed to comparing it with the original Beetle. Let's look inside too and notice, if anybody out there has had an old Beetle, you'll probably think this interior has not much in common with the original. They did try to do a few things to tie the two cars together. For example, this glove box with this opening handle on it up here, that's kind of retro, but not retro is this gauge cluster up here with the turbo boost gauge and up to 35 pounds of boost. The factory won't let you get up that high, but it does get over 20 pounds, which is pretty solid. And instead of the old Form 4 with the cable-pulled clutch, here in this car we've got Volkswagen's 6-speed direct shift gearbox, which is a technological great leap forward compared to what you had in the old Beetle. Something else this car has is a 160 mile-an-hour speedometer, which an old Beetle would never even come close to needing unless somebody strapped the proverbial J-tow rocket onto the back of it. Anyhow, the full review is up over at epautos.com, where you can also find a longer article in which I talk about this car in relation to the Porsche Speedster and the original old Beetles of yore. So, hope you'll check it out. Leave your comments pro or con, and we'll catch up with you next week when we review this 2015 Cadillac Escalade. So, we'll see you then.